Two, and hey, welcome to this week's Peace Challenge. This is David Cohen, and or today's Peace Challenge rather, and I'm with James MacNeil. James is a communications coach and consultant and trainer. He's the Chief Creative Officer of EQ Communications. He's a national best-selling author. He's dedicated more than 15 years of his life to helping individuals reach and achieve their potential. He's also worked with over 1,300 live audiences, co-hosted the International Daily Radio Program, and recorded numerous audio and video training programs. He's also currently working on another book entitled Verbal Aikido, which you probably have already done. And he's also mastered advanced communication skills as well. James is part of our 5-day Peace Challenge. And James, as I watched you share your story that you told on Mo Mondays about your journey, you tasted all of life, you know, love, joy, and yet you've also known pain and challenge and hardships too, or the fight. For someone watching or listening, who's going through struggle or challenge at this time? And there's a lot of us facing that right now, right? In the time we're living in. How would you kind of coach them not to give up and want maybe out of the matrix that we're in?
Yeah. Well, in a sense, I encourage people to get out of the matrix that we're in, but to do it with your skin still on. There's more than one level of reality. There's the time-space continuum that we're currently consciously aware of. But some of us knows that there's something wrong with it, like the movie The Matrix, and there's something about it that's just not, like, you know, there's more to you than this world is seen, and you just, it's almost like we're wrapped in some kind of a prison of our own making or something. It's just like we're not free to be what we know we can be. And I want you to know that that's not just you, that the fact is you can be more and do more and have more and give more. And the super successful, it doesn't mean they had a super easy time. You know, I have my journey where, yes, I've been blessed. I've shared the biggest stages of the world with the biggest names. I've circled the globe 8 times, hanging out with people like Sir Richard Branson and all the names that you had mentioned earlier. And I've been one of the top trainers of the world's most powerful banks. I've trained police forces internationally. I've been doing this now. That's an old bio someone sent you. I apologize for that. But almost 30 years now, 27 years. So I've been blessed with an incredible journey, but it didn't start that way. I mean, my father was he's passed away now, but he was a police officer with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. He had substance abuse problems. He had violence problems, and I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And that was a dangerous mix for me as a child in his presence. And things were difficult. I'm not going to get into the details. But I had my own challenges. I couldn't speak sentences till I was 9 years old. In grade 4, when I went to speech therapy to connect my brain with my mouth so I could articulate like other people. I couldn't read till I was 21 years old. I was functionally illiterate as a grown man.
Wow.
I was virtually homeless. I was on and off with housing. I moved to Florida with a car I bought for $500 with all of my belongings just to survive the winter because I was going to be homeless. After I got there, someone stole my car with all of my belongings, and I was suicidally depressed. So that's where it starts for me. The good news is that's not where it ended, right? I found hope. I found purpose. I found faith. I found love and joy. And I just want you to know, if you're watching this and you've had your butt handed to you in life, that you're not alone, and you're not alone. And the good news is your feeling that it could and should be better is right, and it can be. And there's a pathway. And I want to encourage you today to hang in there and to reach out and get whatever support, whatever help, whatever guidance, which is what I did. And now I've been blessed with this incredible journey. So yeah, David, it's totally possible to start from a tough beginning and have a miraculous life.
And you suggested in that talk, you know, that you found your way out of a lot of dark alleys and places in life. Did you not question God, or did you not question, like, what are the reasons you were there? And if you have to get out of that desert? Because, like, even the story you just shared, I mean, holy jeez. Like, what was it to get out?
What's that?
what was in you to believe that you could change?
I don't know if I had that much belief, David. I just kept swinging. You know what I mean? Like, I guess a cornered rat isn't brave, but they're going to swing anyways, right? I mean, I've been bullied and beaten and battered and broken, abandoned. I've been choked, strangled, hung, and drowned. I've lost the love of my life. I was married for 1 year of heaven. She passed away. She was, of a severe brain aneurysm. Like, I've had my butt handed to me a lot. And I'm not saying I always was so positive. It's just, I'm not done yet. I'm still here. I don't know why sometimes, I do now, but I've been in states where I don't know why. What's the point? But I figured there is a God, right? Not everyone does, but I figured there was. And I figured, at first I thought he hated me just like everyone else did. But once I got past that and realized God doesn't hate me, then I thought, well, then there must be a reason. And at some point, he or she or they or whatever might let me in on it. But in the meantime, I don't want to suck as a human being. I want to be as good a person as I can be. And trying to make the world a better place has actually been one of the secrets to me staying, because I didn't want anyone to suffer the way I did. I wanted to make the planet safer for kids. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying I've always been positive, but I've kept swinging to the best of my ability.
Yeah, and I think that's it. You got to enjoy that grind.
Yeah.
You mentioned, like, you want to help other kids, and that's a big passion of mine too. But one of my charities, go-to charities of choice, is the Kids Help Home. Where did maybe connecting to your inner child come into play in helping you heal and helping you be who you are today?
I love it. Well, what I believe is we're all creative and compassionate spiritual beings. And in that, there's a creativity and a compassion that's natural for all children. Children are, yes, they're playful and they're silly. And yes, they can be selfish and they can be whiny, but kids have a genuine compassion. If a little child sees someone be mean to a puppy dog, they're going to cry. They understand justice. They want everyone to be happy. I saw this cute video on Facebook the other day of a little kid who was given a stick to hit the piñata. You know what the piñata is with the candies or whatever. And he wouldn't hit it. He hugged it. He didn't want to hurt the piñata. And I thought, that's the truth. So there's a truth about us that is sweet and loving and kind and creative, right? I want to create solutions to help others. And so for me, it was, part of it was I had to go back. I didn't have to. I chose to go back and heal my child, right? So to go back and meet with that young version of myself and say, okay, James, little Jimmy, I understand it really sucks right now, but you make it. I want to tell you that you make it. It's kind of in my memory, go back. And I've been able to be present, almost like be the parent for the young me, and tap into that inner child of love energy and creative energy, and to say, how can I now take that? Because if I didn't have that much pain, I wouldn't have this much passion. And so how do I take that creative love energy and now do something? And so for me, I actually had to tap back into the positive energy of a child.
How did practicing that patience and faith come into you finding hope again, purpose and peace?
Well, patience isn't passive, just like passivism isn't passive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pacifist, which means I'm actively engaged in peacemaking and peacekeeping. So it's a fully engaged, active thing. This passivity is, right? And the thing with patience doesn't mean sit around picking my nose waiting for someone to save me. I'm not waiting for a white knight or anything like that. I'm the white knight, but I also need help, right? I need divine intervention sometimes. I need friends like you. I need family. To the best that we've got to lean on. And so I do all of that and then have patience. But I don't have patience without doing what I can. It's like you ever had someone open the fridge and say, where's the milk? And you're like, it can bite you. It's right in front, but they're not trying. They want someone else to save them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop waiting for someone to save you. Do your part and then be patient. And if you're thinking about why are your miracles being held off, I say they're coming as soon as perfect. If my son's now 28, but when he was, say, 5 years old, let's pretend he wanted a Lamborghini. And let's pretend that I had the cash on hand. I could just buy him a Lamborghini easy. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it because that would kill him. right? He's not ready for that kind of blessing. And so your blessings are being withheld until you're prepared to handle them. You can't have them until you can handle them. Maybe you're not ready to be a millionaire or a billionaire. Maybe you're not ready for that love interest, that perfect person in your life. You want to become the dream of the one you dream of. You want to be worthy and ready for all of the things you want, because you don't want to get them and lose them. So you're being prepared, and that and patient, right? So you have to do the work and hang in there. And then when you plant a seed, you have to wait for harvest time. So if you're doing all the right things, just be patient and know it's coming.
What work did you do to get, to get yourself, in with like Richard Branson and,
Sure.
Les Brown and some of the other big names we see in the personal growth and in the business community? What steps did you take to get out of some of those holes and dark alleyways?
Well, I think the gentle way to put it, I was a pain in their ass. I mean, I just didn't leave. If I saw someone could help me, I attacked them. Like, I just went after them. It's like, how do I learn? How do I learn? How do I learn? How do I learn? They're like, kid, go away. I remember one guy, his name is Santos. He used to put on events in Markham area, just north of Toronto for those watching. And I was a kid, I wanted to learn. So I went to this guy and I said, I want to come to this seminar you have. I don't know who he had, Brian Tracy, Dennis Waitley, somebody.
Yeah.
And it was like $100 for a ticket. And he says, you can come, just pay the $100. I said, well, I don't have $100. And he said, so you can't come. I said, no, that's not an okay answer. I need to come. He says, then you need to pay. So I was like, I said, how about if I sell tickets for you? He said, how many? I said, if I sell 10, can I come for free? He says, okay. So I did. I don't know how I did, by the way, David. I have no idea what I did. But I sold the tickets and I kept coming to events. One time I came and I didn't sell enough tickets. He wasn't going to let me in. But I'm like, kill me or let me in. Kill me or let me in. And so finally he gave in to my will, And then in there I met Raymond Aaron, who I decided he was going to adopt me and mentor me. And he didn't know who I was. He had no interest. And I just got in his face. And I'm like, you're going to take me on and you're going to help me. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to make you money. And I just didn't let the gurus off the hook. I'm like, I need what you have. And I'm a world changer. I just need some help. And because of my enthusiasm and theos, God in us, that love, power, energy that said, I'm not done yet. I'm going to swing until I can't. And so I earned my way into this business. And then I developed, this is a secret for everybody. Line the pockets of rich and powerful people and they'll let you stay near them. I learned how to make wealthy people wealthier. I learned how to make powerful people more powerful. And if I was there giving them what they want, they were going to give me what I want. And so I just kept on making a positive impact. And they're like, let's keep this kid around. The kid's an Energizer bunny. And so I wouldn't give up. And I found a way to be a blessing. I listened to what they said and I did what they said. And if you'll do that, you can find your way into just about any room you want.
Wow. Who taught you that?
Survival, dude. Nobody taught me that. I didn't have a better plan.
Wow. And of all the people you work with, who's had the most influence on you?
Well, Raymond Aaron has been the mentor who has helped me the most. It was a business relationship. We're not warm and fuzzy. We don't hang out and take long walks on the beach. It was business. But he knew that if I was going to make him money selling for him from the stage, for an example, he had to teach me some stuff. And I'm not saying he's not a wonderful guy. He is a wonderful guy, and he's more and more wonderful every day. But when we started 27 years ago, it wasn't because he liked me. It wasn't because he wanted to help me. It's because I made him money. But over the years, we've become friends, and we have deep, loving respect for each other. But it's based on business. I make him money. He likes me. And now he really likes me as a human too. But he's been the number one. Now, Les Brown, because he's the world's most powerful, most sought after, motivational speaker, having him as a friend and a guru has been out of this world. And working with him in his businesses, that's been huge for me. Those two, I'd have to say those two, for different ways and different reasons.
Yeah, Les to me seems more real, down to earth. I've met Raymond a few times, and he's been at this game for a time. Like started off in the real estate, and then the Chicken for the Soul series, and he's still going, which is
going strong,
incredible. Like like the guy's tireless, which is really incredible. We all have our inner sort of voice the inner critic, the little worrier. I call mine Krusty the Clown.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey kids, like, why are you bothering? Like, it's that kind of voice. What inner critics or inner dragons did you slay to lead you to the work you do today?
So because of my childhood, I think one of the biggest challenges I've had, and it was hidden from me, I couldn't see this demon until recent days, weeks, months, years. And that is, first I needed people's approval, and I had to get past that. I thought getting people's attention was a form of love. And then I felt people's approval was a form of love. And I had to get past that and say, I am who I am, and get past that. Then the other demon not a real demon, but the next thing that bothered me was the fear of people being angry with me. Because in my childhood, when my dad was angry, I had more than once, I thought, this time he's going to kill me. This time he's gone too far. This time I'm going to die. I said that more than once as a child, and that's not something a child should say. More than once I thought, today's the day. He's gone too far. He's going to kill me. And so I have a fear of anger historically. Now I'm a full-size guy, and I've survived all kinds of things. I've been attacked by gangs. I was two cops decided to mug me and a buddy in Thailand. I've almost been mugged in several places. And I have my dad's gift of intimidation. I'm able to walk away from very scary situations. So I'm thinking, why am I scared of people's anger? I'm one of the baddest dudes I know. Like, why am I afraid? But it's not conscious, it's not rational, it's not physical, which means it's not helpful. The only appropriate fear is imminent physical danger. That's the only appropriate fear. We should not fear anything. And so for me to have this deep-seated, like almost phobic fear of people angry with me, it's something I really had to get over. Now, while I had it affecting me, it made me a great customer service person. It made me a great, people pleaser, because I didn't want people angry with me. So it gave me blessings, but there's a time that it stopped serving me and I had to move on. So that's a big one that comes to mind. Wow, no one's asked me that. That was a good one.
So one of the things you just, you brought up is that you're a tough guy too, right? And you've been able to sort of work your way out of some jams, physically, maybe intimidating others. Yet here's the work you do is all of light and service and helping others. Where was that born inside you?
The light, the happiness stuff?
Well, yeah, just the work you do today.
Well,
that sort of.
My opinion, David, is the work I do today is natural for all of us. To be committed to love and light and positivity and healing and restoration and reconciliation, to bring the light into the darkness, light into the darkness of fear, light into the darkness of hopelessness. This is natural to all human beings. So I don't think I'm special, unique, different that way. What's special, unique, and different is the darkness I've come from. And with that brings a certain edge or something that when I speak about love and light and positivity, I do so with a depth of understanding of the urgency and a depth of insight as to what I really mean that maybe is unique. But I believe my quest for a beautiful, loving, healed planet is not unnatural. It's not unique to me. No. I just simply tapped into it and I let it off the chain.
Yeah, here too. You also alluded to in your talk, that Monday talk you did a number of years ago, that out of your pain comes the greatest lessons that you can share with somebody else. Do you want to talk to that a little bit, James? Like if somebody is going through pain and they're going, what's the point of this all? There is a point. What was it for you?
Well, Viktor Frankl in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he talked about being in a death camp, a Nazi death camp, and being tortured. And while being tortured, while his physical body was enduring just unspeakable horrors, inside of his body was his mind. And his mind said, I'm going to survive this. And I'm going to remember the faces of these individuals. And they will go to trial. And this kind of injustice will never happen again on this earth. And I am here as an ambassador of God to learn and to develop insights and to be able to have an impact on this planet so this can never happen to anyone else. That's what he was thinking. The other people being tortured were thinking this: make it end, make it end, make it end. So the people who wanted it to end succeeded, they died. He survived, and he did everything that he imagined. So he did not see his suffering as meaningless. He found meaning in his moments that mattered most. And what I would say to anyone watching this is everything that's ever happened in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the WTFs, the what was I thinkings, all of that is carefully choreographed between you and infinite intelligence to make you and you alone a very unique individual who can touch the world in a way no one else can. It's not by accident. It wasn't meant to make you bitter. It was meant to make you better. And so right now you're in the fire, right? The fire, the refining fire. You're in God's gymnasium, becoming something supernatural, something unique, something that is only built from fire. And I'm sad that yours might be very hot and painful right now. That's not something I think I take lightly. But I also celebrate what you can be on the other side of this moment. And that's where my focus is. You're not behind schedule. It's not an accident. You can touch the world like no one else now because you've experienced what you've experienced.
Man, I wonder, if we all started kind of believing that and thinking that, how that could impact the world, in terms of, the change that you and I both want to see.
Yeah.
Now you're doing some really good work with people in these changing times that we're in. What would you like to see change in the world and with the clients you serve?
Well, what I want people to do is to tap into the truth, which is that they're a spiritual being living in physical form, that they're not. People think that we're needy and weak and we're victims and, we're desperate. And these are all lies. You're a spiritual being. You're an ambassador of the love energy of the universe. You're here to change the world. People say, I wish the world was better. Well, that's why you were sent. You weren't sent to come into a cushy world. You were sent into a messed up world with the power to change it. We're not here to survive. We're here to change the game. We're not here to play the game. We're here to change the game. So, if the world would focus on the fact that we're God's love ambassadors, if you're comfortable with the word God,
mm-hmm.
here to change the world, then all of a sudden the power to do that shows up. But if your aim is just to make it, to tiptoe safely through life to death, then that's what you'll do like most everybody else. Far less than 1% of the population tap in to who they really are and do what they're really here for. Who was it said one of the greatest Oliver Wendell Holmes said the greatest tragedy of our time is most people die with their music still in them. And if you ask me what I want to see, I want to see people's music play. I want people to be what they're supposed to be, do what they're supposed to do, to have the abundance of love, joy, peace, patience, and all the prosperity. I want to see the world touched by souls coming to life, a great, beautiful awakening, a relovution. That's what I'd like to see.
The one thing I'm noticing, online on my social media feeds is I'm noticing that more people are starting to wake up and they're stepping up their game. They're sharing their gifts online, similar to how you share yours in your work. Or they're doing podcasting and YouTubes and getting a message out. And to me, it's almost like humanity is on the verge of this. They're on the verge of sharing finally and breaking through that darkness, the chains that have kept us stuck. And it's almost like it's a collective.
Yeah.
We're not fully there yet, but it's starting to bubble and brew. And, it's like, I think we're kind of like, it's enough already. Like, it's time to, there's that old Labatt's Blue commercial, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Actually, it was a jazz number way back when.
Yeah.
But I dare to quote the late George Floyd, it's enough of living small. And I can't breathe anymore like this. So my sense is with this pandemic that we got thrust into, that's a big wake-up call to heal and to really step up your game. What's your feeling on that?
Well, I would say that you've inspired me I haven't quoted this for a long time. There's a book by C.S. Lewis. He's the guy who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Best buddies with J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings and all that. And C.S. Lewis wrote this. He wrote a book called Screw-Taped Letters. And it's a fairy tale book, right? It's a story of one demon talking to a junior demon. So the senior demon is warning the little demon, the small demon, on how to ruin the world, how to destroy people. And the beginner demon was very proud that he's virtually destroyed a person, a human being on the planet, and says, "Oh, I'm doing great. I've got him fired from his job. I got his girlfriend to leave him. I've got him suicidally depressed. It's like all I need now.
It's a country music song, basically.
Exactly. Now all I have to do is turn him into a leper. I've destroyed this guy." And the elder demon said, "Be very careful. This is the most dangerous thing you can do. When a human being is robbed of all hope, of all reason, of all evidence of God's loving presence and the power and capacities, when they lose absolutely all hope, but still have faith, they destroy us." And this is one of those windows where you and I have an opportunity as we're in a darker room. You turn on a light in a dark room, darkness doesn't have a chance.
Yeah,
the dark
critters
gets more evident the light. Sorry?
And the critters scatter.
Yes. And so this is an opportunity for us to shine brighter than ever because things suck enough. And sadly, sometimes that's what it takes for an individual or for a species to wake up. But this is a call to enlightenment right now, a call to awaken. And I love to be a part of this storyline. So if I can help people, I've got a 30-day miracle challenge right now.
Yeah, do you want to share what this is about? Because
this is
incredible work.
This is the most miraculous thing I've done. So I've helped. I'm not going to get into all the stuff I've done, but over 30 years, I've worked on
You've done some great work, dude.
I've created something called Pure Spiritual Intelligence, and people come to these events. There's $1,000 events. There's $10,000 retreats. There's $50,000. Like there's big packages, big ways to work with me and have me, work with people's lives. But continually, people love the philosophy. But many people have said, "Can you just give me the magic pill? Like, how can I just change my life? I don't want to know everything about it. Just give me the secrets." So my dog's excited. Sorry. And so the answer is,
pill, it's feeding time. Right?
Yeah. So I've created something called the 30-day miracle challenge, 30 days to your perfect dream life. And it takes about an hour a day. And I've got it's a package. It's about $1,000 US, $997 or something like that. And I offered it at a webinar earlier today before this interview at $97 US, tax included. And so if anyone, I'll leave a link open for the day. So if you want to take advantage, other people had to earn this. But if anyone that's watching your show wants it, they can come on in, and all the details are there at 30daysbeginsnow.com. But I'll tell you this, David, in the first 5 days, people had such life transformation and miracles, they couldn't believe they had 25 more days to come.
Wow.
And it's just, I've never seen anything like it. I'm proud as a peacock. And if someone wants to join it, jump on in, the water is fine.
They also say, some people are saying that we're in this, a new sort of dimension, a fifth dimensional reality. Mm-hmm. And it's a matter of just stepping into it. So it's a matter of choosing light over dark in our lives. Do you think that's true, that we're being supported now, that if we're choosing to be in the miracle zone of our life, that we're going to be fully supported? What's your take?
100%. I believe your perfect dream life is already approved, it's already prepared, it's already paid for, and it's already present. The only thing that's required is that you get in the flow, that you stop stopping yourself. Nothing in this universe can and would stop you. You and you alone have kept yourself out of the river. I'm not trying to be harmful, but you and you alone, all you have to do is stop stopping the miracle flow and poof. So the universe has said and is saying yes to you. Today's the day that you can jump in and say, I'm going to get on my team for a change and say yes to you. The universe has already said yes. The universe digs you and has a perfect plan. So now would be a great time for you to say, enough of this crap. I decided to live my dream life and do it.
Yeah.
And that's my hope that everyone watching will do.
3 ways to get into the flow. And that's our last question. And then we'll just ask where we get in touch with you. So what are 3 key ways to get into the flow?
Oh, 3 ways to get into the flow. Well, the one main way is to is to connect to source energy, source love, God, if you will. And the way we do that, it's about time. People are caught in the past, the good old days or the bad old days. Either they're a victim or they used to be a rock star. And so people are in the past. People are also in the future, and they have this fear of the future, so they have anxiety. Other people have these dreams of the future, and they're frustrated because it's not happening fast enough. So people are in fear and frustration about the future. They're in other, depression and so on from the past, or people are in a current state of discontent. So here's what does not work: past tense, future tense, and present tense. The only way to reconnect to this flow and all the miracles to unlock is to get into present peace. So we reconnect to source now and Zen. We're like an electrical device. I've got a microphone here. And if this microphone was unplugged, it wouldn't be working anymore. But you can hear my voice because it's plugged in. Well, just like you, if you're not plugged in, the miracles aren't happening. So get plugged in with present peace, now and Zen. And if you're curious about religion or spirituality, you don't have to have all that figured out right now. Just say love energy or God, whatever word you want to use, and just say, I want to dial back in. I want to have peace. I want to have joy. I want to whatever, feel connected. And I accept what is. I'm not fighting anymore. And that's all it takes to open up the lines of communication and connection. But it is stop fighting. Stop wishing you were in the past or worrying about the past. Stop thinking about the future and stop whining about what's going on now. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now choose to connect.
Yeah. Do you, my last, one more question.
Yeah.
Do you have a ritual, a daily ritual that you,
Lots.
Yeah. What are some?
So I rewrite something called the Dream Life Manifesto. Now, this is the biggest, most important thing I do every day. I meditate and I pray. But as far as physical activities, I rewrite, it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I fill it up with my perfect Dream Life Manifesto. And I have a template that I teach people, but it has in it my perfect life vision. It includes who I am, what I want, why I'm here. It explains my vision for family and love, friends and fun, fitness, faith, finances, business, ministry, philanthropy. Everything I seek to achieve, acquire, and accomplish is all written on one page, and it's written in present tense as if it's already there, and in gratitude. I write things like, I'm grateful that I am now, and then I write it. Yeah. And that one document has been the most powerful, life-changing exercise I've ever done. And anyone who sees it says the same.
It's almost like what Jack Canfield teaches in the 64 success principles, I'm so happy and grateful that I've achieved my...
Yeah, that's his affirmation model. Yeah. And we build that right into this full template. Yeah, affirmations are very important.
And that's also part of the course you're offering. And
they get 20 modalities, trademarked modalities. It's a complete comprehensive process. Daily disciplines, daily rituals, daily routines, daily challenges. You're learning the modalities that'll serve you for life. And you have a community that's just the coolest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, and that's really important.
Yeah.
James, I'm so grateful for this today. So it's 30daysbeginsnow.com.
Yes.
And it's really nice to finally meet you. And I hope we can do more work in future. Maybe I can, bring you some more money.
I love it. Yeah, let's continue to grow. I'm honored. I thank you so much, David, for having me on your show. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're a joy. James MacNeil, the challenge is 30daysbeginsnow.com. And this wraps up our 5-day challenge of the Peace Challenge to bring more peace into our lives and into community and ultimately into the world. So thank you so much, James.
Thank you, my friend. Blessings. Thanks.